I got the Lord in my cup. What it is? What's up? I got the Lord in my cup. What's up, baby child? It's your girl, Creexangel, your hostess with the most. I only come on here when the Lord empowers me to come elevate, equip, and help empower you, not to the best of my ability, but His. Child, God is doing something crazy. He's doing something spontaneous. It's giving God is getting the final say. Like, child. If you've been watching, if you've been tuning in, if you are new to the ministry, if you are new to the channel, this is a God-based, God-ordained, God place. I would love for you to join the family. I would love for you to like and subscribe so you guys can see more videos, see more teachings, hear more of the word of God, because I'm believing that He is moving like no other in the times that we are in. And so if you have not yet and you would like to go ahead, like and subscribe and follow our YouTube page, our Spotify, and yes. So, ooh, child. I know y'all see the title. I know y'all like, ooh, this girl. Yeah, it's just giving God is gonna do it. If it ain't any other day, it's going to be this week. If it ain't going to be any other time, the time is this week. Okay? Because when I'm telling you, it's like God has made the scales fall off of not just your situation's eyes, but I feel the scales falling off your own eyes. I feel like God is having you really step into new territory, because if you guys don't know, I'm having we're on a fast right now for Faith Week. We're in the middle of Faith Week, where God is bringing good news to your doorstep, and He's about to not only have you meet your very thing, but it's going to meet you. And in this week that we've been fasting, we're fasting from 12 a.m. to 3 p.m., believing that God is meeting us, that we are going to get another word from God, that we're going to move. God kept telling me it's generic for everybody, but for my chosen children, it's like God is saying for your spouse. For your spouse. I mean, that's what I know God is about to do. It's not just the money. It's not just a job. But I felt the need to make a separate video, because a lot of us are knowing that something's shifting, not just in those areas, but with our marriages, with our spouses, with our relationships. Like God is saying He is going to move, child. I don't know if you feel it. I don't know if you sense it. It's like the weather's changing. The temperatures are dropping. It's like God is speaking. He's sending the rain. He's throwing the winds. The fire is happening. It's like something different is going on in the atmosphere. And God has been having me teach all throughout this week and fast and really consecrate in His will and say, you know what, God? I know you're up to something. And I'm so desperate that I will do whatever it takes to hear your word. I'll do whatever it takes to make sure your will happens on earth. Because God is saying I am moving like no other. And I would hate for you to miss me because you're too busy being caught up in the ways of the world, being caught up in your fear, being caught in your worries, your anxieties, your traumas, your pains, what they said, what they did, how they betrayed you, how they stoned. God is saying stop being caught up in those things around you, because what's about to happen in your marriage, what's about to happen within yourself, what's about to happen on the other end of them, it is going to shake hell loose. Some of you have been needing communication back. Some of you have been needing your prodigal husband to come back home. Some of you have been wanting your prodigal wife. You've been saying, I need you, babe. I need you to see me, because God presented you before me. I know that you're bone of my bone. I know that you're flesh of my flesh. And there's something that I just know that's about you that I need to get connected to you. Stop trying to get yourself away from me because I don't look the way you want me to look. Baby, there's something in me and there's something in you. When we connect, that we magnify. When we connect, a diamond is rose. Because baby, it's not the looks that's going to get you far. It's not just my credit score, but it's something about the name of Jesus. It's something that He put inside of this son. It's something when He made me, He knew that I couldn't go any further until I connected with you. So some of you are needing a break. Some of you need a hold that needs to be let let go on you. God is saying he's about to move. God is saying a shift is happening this week. Baby, I don't know if you know. I don't know if you know, but it's loosening this week. It's loosening this week. It's loosening this week. You have to keep saying that to yourself. It's loosening this week. God is making it loose. Not because I want it to be loose, but there's a time going on. There's a time crunch. Do you not realize that God is saying your spouses are on a time crunch? That I'm literally cornering them right now. That I am sorry about that. There was a phone call coming through. But God was literally letting me know. He was saying your spouse is about to get pushed in a corner where time is about to be up. I'm sick of them going on man's time. It's time for my time. This morning, we literally read, we were reading in Jeremiah, Proverbs, and so many books in the Bible about Faith Week. And God was showing me in that scripture. It's so crazy, y'all. It was so crazy. Because go watch the word once it's posted on my YouTube channel. But God is saying, pertaining your spouse especially, that this is not just about you guys coming back together or your marriage being restored or it staying whole, whatever situation you're currently in pertaining your marriage. He's saying that this is literally a millstone. And a millstone in the Bible was a heavy, like you cannot run from this. It's a call. A call that can't be passed down. Like you are not going to be passed down to somebody else. You have to be connected to them. You have to get married to them. You have to be courted by them. The two have to become one. It cannot be anybody else. And I know you're tired. I know you're fatigued. I know you're frustrated. I know it didn't work the first time in your first marriage. That's because you were doing it your way and not God's way. I know it may not worked out with the ex that you thought you were supposed to get with. I know it may have not worked out on your timeline. But I'm saying it this time because you've been seeking me, because you've been going my way, not your way, but Yahweh. God is saying, this is me. This is a foundation. I don't care how long you have to wait. I don't care how long it has to take, but this is for you. This person is for you. You are being persecuted for this person. You've gone through hell for this person. This warfare isn't because it's not meant for you to be together. This is because the devil doesn't want this to come. The devil doesn't want this to be joined. But the devil doesn't know that I have the final say, that I have the power, that I have the glory, that I have the strength, that everything is working in my good, not the devil's good. So the devil doesn't have any territory. The devil doesn't have any power on what God has called you to. God has called you to be husbands and wives. We have to stop running from this call because it's a millstone. This is a heavy call. This is a call that you can't run from. Jonah, you can run all you want, but I will send a whale to swallow you up so you can't drown in the ocean. So I will spit you out where you actually were meant to be. God is saying the time is for them to come home. Some of you have been dealing not with men of God, but you approached your husband and they were actually just a man. A man is a man who just does things, who is in culture. But God is saying, I'm about to bring him not from a man, but from a man of God. He's about to be a man that seeks you the way I sought you. He's going to pursue you the way I pursued you. He's going to love you the way I love you. He's going to make room for you the way I make room for you, because your husband isn't just a husband, but your husband is a reflection of me. He's going to be your covering. He's going to be your protection. He's going to love you through and through. He's going to love you from the top of your head to your soles of your feet. He's going to take your past and understand your future. He knows that there's something inside of you that what is put in you, you can multiply it. What is put in you can crush the serpent's head. He knows something about you that your father knows. You looking at your man right now like, baby, I thought he was a man of God. No, he's just a man. But God is working behind the scenes. He's making that man a man to a man of God. He's making him just like your father's heart. He's making him a man that loves his neighbor as he loves himself. He's making sure the things that were hurting him as a child are being pruned. He's making sure that man is coming perfect in his image and his likeness of the Father. So you need to start praying for that man. You need to start covering that man. Do you not know your prayers change a whole household? God is saying, I need you to do something different. I need you to shift your prayers. I need you to go into a different dimension because your husband needs you. He needs to know that you got him. He needs to know that you're fighting for him. He may not see it, but he will sense it. He may not know it, but God knows it. He needs you to start praying not only just for him, but pray for his family. Pray for his mother. Pray for his father. If he has kids, pray for his kids. If he has a job, cover his job. God is saying you've been moving in the wrong will. I need you to move in the will that you can't see. Pray about his bank account. Pray about his health. Pray about what comes out of his mouth. Pray about the people he connects to, because you don't realize this is not a battle against what you see. This is not a battle against the body, but this is a battle against the devil. This is a battle against the blood. This is a battle against the spiritual warfare, because the devil wants God's blood, but the blood shall win. So I need you to start praying in a different dimension, sis. Husbands, I need you to understand that you are worthy. The devil is trying to attack your mind, because as a man thinketh, so is he. So if he takes your thoughts, he can keep you in stagnation. He can keep you from finding your helpmate. He can keep your eyes scaled up and not seeing that she was already presented to you, that it wasn't because of the way she looks. You won't know her by the way she looks. You'll know her by her actions. You'll know her by the way she prays. You'll know by the way she worships. You'll know by the way she carries herself. She's going to be a woman of stature. She's not just a Proverbs 31 woman, but she's also an Esther woman for such a time. She's also a woman of strategy. She's also a woman who's able to leave things that she used to know for things that you're going to tell her to go. She knows how to submit. I'm telling you, brothers, stop looking at the booty. Stop looking at her chest. Stop looking at her face. Look at that woman's spirit. That's going to tell you if that's your wife. That's going to tell you that she can knock walls down for my generations. Baby, I want to give my last name to you because I see something in you. You are bone of my bone, Eve. You are flesh of my flesh, Eve. You are my helpmate. There's something in you that's going to help me go to next territories. There's something in you that's going to push me to be the man I'm supposed to become. I can't go any further. Adam couldn't go any further until Eve was presented. Adam had the animals. He had the land, but he couldn't steward it without Eve. Adam, that's why you haven't got far, because you haven't found the right Eve. You've been looking at the Eve in the garden with the fruit, but are you looking at the Eve before the fruit? You got to look at her in the spirit. That's going to help somebody, because Adam's out there. You've been stuck. You've been lost because your thought patterns have been getting you. It's been abuse that's getting you. It's been your pride that's been getting you. It's been your ego. They say you're not a man if you open your mouth and be vulnerable about how you feel. Baby, that's a lie. And I want to rebuke that devil that's been telling you that you're going to have rejection when you walk up to her. That's going to tell you're not worthy. That tells you that she's out of your league. Baby, if God presented that to you, you better go pursue that thing. You better hunt that thing down. And no, baby, if she's before me, what could be against me? That is bone of my bone. I refuse to let bone of my bone go to another man. I refuse to let what God said is mine go to somewhere else. She's in my field. She's in my territory. So I'm going to redeem not just her, but her family. I'm telling you, man of God, you don't understand. When you gain her, you gain favor. When you gain her, you gain wisdom. When you gain her, you get heaven's insight, because God loves his daughters. He doesn't present her to just anybody. The fact he presented her to you shows that there's something in you that can take care of her. There's something in you that even if you don't have the money, she don't care about the money. She just cares about what's in you, brother. She cares that you understand her. She cares that you speak life into her. She cares that you do the little things. You don't gotta buy her a Birkin. You ain't gotta buy her Prada. You don't gotta put her in a big house. It will come when you do what God has called you to. So I'm trying to let you know, God is saying in this week, things are loosening. God is saying in this week, I need you to start breathing breath of life. I need you to start confessing to the dry bones to start rising. I need you to leave things that you thought were for you. When God says, I have another land for you, God is saying this is a week of faith. I am sweeping through like no other. So are you willing to lay down what you thought you knew, to walk into all God has for you? Are you willing to lay down your expectations and go on God's expectations? It might be your Abraham season. It may be a Jacob and Leah season. Like, I don't know what your season may be, but I need you to hear the voice of God. God is commanding his children. It doesn't matter how long I take, but I need you to know it's going to happen. Stop going off the words of man. Go Go off of my word. If I said it, it's going to happen. If it's at 100, it's at 100. His timing is perfect. His timing is sufficient. Stop thinking your clock is running out. Time works for you. You don't work for time. You're thinking I don't have enough time. It has to happen here. It has to happen now. Baby, your time is wrong. Time is working for you. You're not working for it. When God brings it, it's fully ready. When God brings it, it's right on time. When God brings it, he knows what's best for you. He knows what's best for your spouse. So stop trying to rush the hand of God. Stop trying to delay the hand of God. It's a rush or a delay. You want to be right on time. If God has gave you a command, you are being disobedient by not following the command that your Father has placed on your life. I need you to follow the command. If he said move, move. If he said go, go. If he said block, block. If he said talk, talk. Stop being fearful and start walking in my God spirit. I know what he said. I know it makes me uncomfortable. I know it doesn't make sense, but I know that I serve a God that he will take what the enemy meant for evil and he will turn it for good. I serve a God, even if I go the wrong way, he will turn me around. I serve a God that will redeem me for all of my transgressions. So even if you take a step and it's the wrong way, you serve a God that will put you back on track. Don't think that your steps are going to mess God's plans up. Baby, your steps ain't doing nothing. They're just helping God guide you. If you don't step, how is he going to move? If you don't talk, how is he going to consecrate? I'm trying to show you something. Some of you keep hiding and you got to stop. Stop hiding. Stop hiding. Because God is doing something. God is doing something. I rebuke every devil that's been trying to tell you that you're not going to become one. I rebuke every devil that's been speaking stagnation over your marriage. I rebuke every devil that's been saying you're going to be delayed. I rebuke every devil that says you're running out of time. I rebuke every devil that says you're not a wife. I rebuke every devil that says you're not a husband. I rebuke every devil that says you're not qualified. I rebuke every devil that spoke fear on you. I rebuke every devil that said you're not enough. I rebuke every devil that said you're not worthy of love. Baby, I need you to know we rebuke you by the blood of Jesus and we cast you out. I need you to know God is holy. God is set apart. My God is a God of peace. My God is a God of clarification. My God is going to do a new thing. I'm believing it. He's a deliverer. He's a deliverer. He's delivering my marriage. Yes, we got divorced, but I'm believing he's bringing it back together. Yes, we've been separated, but I'm believing he's bringing it back together. Yes, I may know my spouse and I know he said that's for me, but he's with counterfeits. I'm believing that even though he's with them now, that I will be the last. Baby, I'd rather be the last than be in the midst. So I need you to start understanding that. Your eyes are deceiving you. I know they're deceiving you, but I need you to go back to his word. What did he say? What did your Father say? Go back in that quiet place. Consecrate yourself. Fast if you got to. Get in your word. What did he say? You've been putting too much of man's word in it and not God's word. You've been letting man defeat. God's been saying you've been letting so many people talk in your ear that has been messing up your eyesight. You don't realize that your ear is an open gate, is a window to your heart. Your heart pumps everything around you. So the more you're allowing that distraction, the more you're allowing those opinions to come into your heart, it's making your eyes have scales. Now you can't see clearly. I can't see that that's actually God's promise. I can't actually see that I'm going the right way. So you got to start covering your ears and saying, only God, I need to hear you. God, what did you say? God, I wasn't a good thing. Why did I leave a good thing? What came in? What told me that that wasn't my person when that was my person? Something's not right. Something came in and it threw my vision off. So I need my vision back. God, take me back to your word. God, take me back to your name. I know what you said and I need the devil to leave. I need the distractions to flee. That's why God is calling you to a consecration. That's why God is calling you to fast this week, because I'm believing this week hell is shaking. I'm believing this week walls are falling down. I'm believing that God is saying the time is running out because I'm sick and tired. I'm sending my fire. I'm sending my rain. I'm sending my wind. I'm casting out commands. You need to answer me because the call cannot be held up any longer. This call cannot be held up any longer. I got to get my children together because in 2025, I need them to get married. In 2025, I need them to be engaged. In 2025, I need the two to become one because I need me on earth. I need to see myself more on earth because there's a war brewing. I need more of me on earth. And the best way to see me is in covenant. And covenant is marriage. So the more I see myself, the more the devil can shut his mouth. The more I see myself, then the more my glory starts to win. The more I see myself, the more territory we take back. The more I see myself, the more then families will become whole. The more I see myself, the more people will be healed in their mind. The more I see myself, my glory comes in. It goes back to what I made. It doesn't go to what the devil took. It goes to what I've created because I am the beginning and the end. I am above and beneath. So the more that you get in this marriage, the more you answer this call, the more you die to yourself, the more you're okay with the persecution because you're just moving like your father. I'm telling you, you serve a God of reward, of great reward when you suffer under his name. Baby, you've been suffering under his name for a good reason. And I'm trying to let you know this suffering was not in vain. Jesus suffered for you on the cross. So because he suffered for you and you suffering for God, baby, I'm believing there's a reward in heaven for you that's saying, my faithful child, I know your name. You don't realize God knows your name. You don't realize God has victory tied to you. You don't realize that your marriage is about to do everything and more for your family. You're about to break things from your great ancestors. You're about to do things for your great grandchildren. You're moving in both dimensions. You don't even realize it. That's why hell has been coming at you. That's why the spiritual warfare has been on another level. That's why the higher the glory, the heavier the weight, because your marriage is a high glory. Your marriage is a God call. So of course, the higher I go, the heavier the weight. This marriage is heavy. It's supposed to be heavy because it has a purpose. I'm fighting for what was behind me, and I'm fighting for what's ahead of me. That's why the devil doesn't want us to come together, because we're doing what my God does, who works in the past and he works in the future and he works where my feet are. So wait a minute, I'm moving like my father. That's why the devil doesn't want us to come together, because by myself I can only do 1,000, but with two we can do tens of thousands. I can't do this alone. I need you, Adam. I can't do this alone. I need you, Eve. God is saying you can't do this anymore by yourself. You need your spouse. So I need you to pray like no other this week. That God has his way. That God has his way. God has his way. That's what you got to start declaring. God has his way. The devil is a lie. God has his way. You don't realize it. It's hard. It's hard. But that's okay, because you have the final say. It's going to be hard. Stop thinking it's going to be a cakewalk. Baby, it's not. It's going to be great when y'all come together. Yes, you'll have great sex. Yes, you'll get to talk to each other and have somebody to confide in. Yes, you'll be able to love somebody. Yes, you'll get to do things with somebody. Yes, all those things are great. But I'm going to tell you, with that comes persecution, because the devil's seeing a good thing. He's seeing a God thing. He's seeing that, wait a minute, this child is actually going to be raised up in a healthy household. I don't want that. I want to destroy children so they don't raise up into nations on nations, so they don't become Jacobs and Esau's and Davids. I don't want that. I don't want Rahabs that take their family and change their household and believe outside people. I don't want that. I don't want Sarahs that believe that their womb can bear. I don't want Hannahs that believe that they can have a son when they've been barren. I don't want that. So that's why the devil doesn't want your communion together. I know it's hard. Trust me. It's giving ghetto city streets. It's giving I could easily quit. It's giving, honestly, my ex don't sound that bad, but that's the devil talking. It's ghetto. Let's be honest. This walk is ghetto, but you love God. Do you not think that God sees you as ghetto too? It's ghetto that I gotta love you even though you don't love me like that all the time. It's ghetto that I talk to you every day and I got answers for you, but you don't want to answer my answers, but that's cool. Like, it's giving ghetto, but that's crazy because you think this is ghetto. God's looking at you the same way, baby. He's just presenting his heart to you. He's presenting his posture to you. This is bigger than what you think. It's bigger than what you think. So are you going to easily throw in the towel because it's hard? Are you easily going to throw in the towel because it's hard? Because, baby, let me tell you something. You can go to the counterfeit. You have a choice. You can go to the counterfeit. But I'm going to tell you what. you're going to hate your life. It ain't going to taste as good. It ain't going to feel as good. You ain't going to have that much favor. God's hand's going to leave you, honestly, because you're going the other way. It might feel like it's easier, but your lifetime, your children, your seed, all that's connected to it, trash. I'm going to just tell you the truth. Trash. It's going to be trash. Garbage. Take it out. You can go to them if you want to. You can go to the people that look good by the eye. Go ahead. Go ahead. See how that feels after a while. See when you see all the demons that counterfeit is dealing with, go in your child. And now you're trying to figure out, why is my child acting like this when you're not even supposed to be having a child with that man or that woman. And now you're having to pray at night and rebuke this thing. And wait a minute, I already made a covenant with you, so I got to stay in this thing because I got to fight whatever this is, because this is a God thing. And I can't just leave you because I just picked wrong. No. God is saying, I'm trying to help you be proactive. I'd rather you wait and get a good thing than fall short and fall in love with a thing that's going to put you in a marathon, a cycle of trash. Do you want to be in a cycle of trash? Do you want to be in a cycle of trash? I think not. I'm not trying to wake up baby, you don't even realize that counterfeit. God forbid you go to that counterfeit and you end up marrying them. Now you sleeping with the devil. That's what you're doing. You sleeping with your sin. You wondering why you can't fall asleep at night, why you ain't got no peace? Roll over. It's right there. You weren't supposed to be with that man or woman. That's why you were seeing things. That's why you were struggling. But I'm going to tell you what. You get with your husband. You get with your wife by the end of this. Baby, you going to roll over talking about some, look at you. Your breath stank, but you so cute. We definitely got dishes in the sink, but it's okay. I love you. Because it's different. You put up with it differently. You put up with it differently. How do you hate somebody so much but love them? I hate what you do, but I love you that I'm willing to withstand it through sickness and through health, through rich or through poor. Those vows ain't just for nothing. God is literally saying it's agape love you're literally giving them. It's an unconditional love. Even if you don't see me, I'm still here fighting for you. A culture today always talks about, if they ain't fighting for you, why are you fighting for them? Baby, this kingdom thing is different. Because if you just, let's be honest, because I'm pretty sure like 80% of the people that are going to watch this and are watching, your spouse don't want you. They blocked you. They ain't romantically attracted to you. It's just giving, they're not fighting for you. And you're like, why am I fighting for something that looks like it's not fighting for me? It doesn't even like me. It doesn't want me. Why am I fighting for something that's not giving no day of mine to me? But God keeps telling you, pray. God keeps telling you, stay. I'm moving like my father. My father stays even though it's hard. My father stays and fights for something knowing that that's not you. That's a spirit in you that doesn't want you with me. I got to see past my emotions. I got to take how I feel. I got to take what I see and know that this is an assignment. So hold on. God says I fight for something even if it doesn't look the way it's supposed to. Culture says, oh, if it leaves, you leave too. Nah. That's what culture says. That's what the flesh says. But my God says, if it's worth it to you, if you truly love it, if it's sent from me, you're going to fight for this thing until you see it through.